This is an achievement that's been long in coming. I started a quest to redevelop and clean up Brook Park Road almost 30 years ago. We were successful on the other side of the street, ridding ourselves of some crime-ridden businesses. And today we're here with the help of the County Prosecutor's Office and the hard work of various law enforcement agencies, particularly our Brook Park Police Department, in closing this nuisance in our city. And I'd like to introduce our prosecutor, Tim McGinty, for his comments and analysis of what occurred here today and why it occurred. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Tim McGinty, the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor. Mayor Coyne and the City of Brook Park approached us and asked us to help close down this nuisance, this Travelodge on Brook Park Road here in Brook Park, Ohio, and we're happy to do so. We had a hearing yesterday with Judge Michael Donnelly, and we issued a temporary restraining order allowing the board up of this hotel that is now underway. The hotel is closed. Investigators from the Brook Park Police Department, the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department, and the Ohio Investigative Unit of the Ohio Department of Public Safety all presented affidavits to Judge Michael Donnelly, giving him the evidence needed to reach his decision. Today we stand with law enforcement, with Mayor Coyne, his inspectors, his chief, to say enough is enough. The plug was pulled on this nuisance. This property has been a blight to the city of Brook Park and Cuyahoga County and a crime magnet for years. The name of the hotel may change, but the criminal activity seems to never cease. If the owners and managers ever had the intent to crack down on the illegal activity that goes here, they failed miserably, and there's no sign of success. What they have allowed instead is a cesspool of illegal activity to fester, and that's why we sought the nuisance and to close down. During 2014 and 15 alone, more than 650 service calls took place to this motel and the attached bar, O'Malley's Bar. So far this year, and we just completed January, was 23 calls for service. Offenses that the police have to come out here for and investigate run the gamut: drug trafficking, prostitution, thefts, fights, shots fired, gunplay, heroin death and heroin overdoses, human trafficking. The property is poorly maintained, infested with vermin, and bed bugs, and filthy. It's an eyesore and a danger to the public. It's been closed as a nuisance from this point.
Can you elaborate on the human trafficking?
The police can.
Chief?
With the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department, we did uncover a human trafficking case that was prosecuted through the county, and that kind of let us know that the problem here is more serious than we even thought, and that case has been disposed of.
What about drug dealing? How many cases of drug dealing have you had?
We've had dozens consistently over the years. What we've had is heroin overdoses. We've had the county task force here many times this year, and we start talking to each other and comparing our notes, and discovered that it's not only the Brook Park Police Department investigating this premise, but it's other agencies throughout the state and county.
Prosecutor, how tough is it to make a case like this? It takes a lot of investigation. Can you talk about that?
Well, the police, the sheriff, and the state investigators have done the investigation. They're the ones who did the work. They actually just accumulated all the police reports, dealt with each other, looked at these 650 instances just in a 2-year period, and many instances before, and realized we had a nuisance here. This is a great drain on public resources. The Brook Park Police often stationed a car here because they knew trouble would be happening, that fights would occur. It's obnoxious, negligent ownership, and they did the right thing, close it down.
You mentioned that high volume of calls during that 2-year period. Is that during one owner or different ownerships?
It would be the same ownership. The same owner's been here approximately 10 years.
Mayor, it's got to be frustrating to have this in your backyard and not be able to shut it down soon.
Well, what's a shame, at one time during the 60s, this was the 6th Street by Cleveland. This was the Protocol, which is a fine nightclub, and the United employees stayed here, resided here with their flights, and you can see the transformation, not for the better. At the end result, this is closed for right now. We're hoping it's going to be permanent, and work with the owners to demolish this building and redevelop it, like we can cite in other parts of the corridors where we had similar problems where we closed places, and bring about a better development. for our city. What's frustrating for us, even here you can see all these cars, certainly people they're not staying here, not living here. We also have parking lot operators. They're running an illegal parking operation here, charging people $3 a day. We had many people come in today to park their cars to catch a plane that were late. So there's all kinds of things going on, but as the prosecutor said, what's frustrating is it takes so long to build a case, and you have ownership that is not responsible. These kinds of places can't keep going. And we're hopeful that the owners, whether it's a husband or wife, and they keep shifting, that we can work with them and provide them the kind of assistance to redevelop this property. But we're praying that the actions here today result in this place never opening again.
And Chief, how do you stop this element, or what you guys are calling a nuisance, from just moving on and finding a new home and starting there again?
Well, one step at a time. You treat things day to day. When you're aware of problems like this here, you got to stand strong and deal with it. Hopefully, the people that are leaving here, it sends them a message that we're not going to tolerate crime in not only Brook Park, but throughout the county and throughout the state. That's why it's been a multi-agency investigation. We provided assistance for them, for the people to go and try to seek help.
Chief, there are a lot of cars here, and like the mayor mentioned, a lot of cars in the driveway. Are these people suspects in crimes, or participants in illegal activity, or just visitors?
What we have found is that there's only less than 30 people staying here at the hotel at this time. There's more than 60 cars here, and what we're aware of that an unlicensed business is being conducted here of park and fly, park here and they shuttle you to the airport. That's an unregulated business here also. So there's people coming from all over the area parking here thinking that it's a legitimate business and a safe business, and yet they don't know what they've been exposed to.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies and
Thank you
gentlemen.
very much.
Thank you.